Oh, look, I gave him the PK special.
They tried to drop me with a case, but you know I hadn't skated. I was singing like, ooh. I swear, nigga. Boy, I know my role and I play it. I do. If you heard that I'm talking, then I said it. I did.
I'm your favorite battler's favorite battler.
Yo, so it's your boys, Bird Gang Boss Man. We're back again. So one of my best friends is coming back home soon, and I put her on to Little Cup, and me and her have a joke about it being the underground baby fighting ring, and there's no better pleasure than watching babes fight to the death in the name of their trainer. So I decided that the only thing that I can give her for, I guess, a housewarming, homecoming, whatever, is this. So Maryanna, this one's for you, and kidnap Felix and make him watch this also. Maryanna told me that she would give me a ribbon when I got number 1 on the ladder, and I took that as a personal challenge. So I got number 1 on the ladder 3 times over. 2 months later, she actually made me the ribbon. Apparently, in her mind, I'm a bona fide Pokemon master. So I did the rate my team, and she actually proofread and read over that for me. She's an author, by the way, so she has actual chops for literary skills, and I don't. I just pretend to be an aspiring author from time to time. So that was very long-winded, but happy Thanksgiving, Maryanna, and this one is for you. So this is the Rate My Team, by the way. I'm gonna leave a link in the description in case y'all want to actually read, and you can see just how deep my thought process was when I made this team. The only time that I dedicated this much brain power into this game was Team Emboss. And if you know me and you know Breeder Gang, you know exactly what that ended up being. And this was probably better than that in the tier that we were playing in. Also, I didn't know anything about Little Cup as a metagame, any of the nuances thereof also, so I made this team to learn, and I made this team, and then I didn't stop using it until I mastered it, as far as I'm concerned, because I can't do anything halfway. I have to ride it till the wheels fall off, I guess. So I got all the games that are on the Rate My Team, and that's what this video is gonna be about. So we're gonna be on the top for all these games, because one, I don't like being on the bottom, and I thoroughly enjoy being on the top. If you understand that that's a joke, laugh and take a sip of tea. If you got sensitive, I'm sorry that your sensibilities are offended, but it's okay. You'll be alright. I forgive you. So anyway, let me hop on the top and then start this. So I'm not gonna run through team preview. I'm just gonna run through the games. I'm not gonna explain all this because I encourage you to actually read and get a much better understanding of what it is. But the whole point is, this game is highly dependent on your mental prowess, and mind games are the only way that this team can be utilized effectively and most optimally. So there's that. So this game is how the team's supposed to work, and it's an example of the best case scenario of the best case scenario. So priority 1 is to remove the Eviolite of something that can live a +6 E-speed, which is Fanfi. Priority number 2, get hazards to break sashes and sturdy. Priority number 3, create a setup opportunity to implement the game plan, which is getting a belly drum with Zigzagoon and winning the game. So I kill him with E-speed. Tortuga dies to C-bomb. Fanfi dies to E-speed because it lost its Eviolite. Goth always dies. Staryu always dies, and since he quit and didn't bring in Mienfoo, he doesn't have fake out, and Mienfoo always dies, even slow bulky Foo after a spike. That was 7 turns to win the game. So like I said, it's the best case scenario of the best case scenario. So as fast as 6 turns, the destruction can ensue. So as I said before, I got number 1 on the ladder multiple times. This was the first tour after I was number 1, and the whole point was you can't say that you're the best if you don't beat the best. So there's no reward without a risk being taken. So I decided that if anybody wants to talk, they can talk. But if I win this, then you can't really say anything. And if I lose it, you can say whatever you want to me forever. So I need rocks. He fakes out and then switches. So because he didn't stay in to get encored, I know my opponent is confident, and I am very, very happy that this can be a good game, and he knows what he's doing. Also, he sludge bombs instead of spore, so I can do what I want to do. And then he lives the psychic just barely, but that gives me free rocks. Then this Archon, so he gets a crit with the acrobatics, which puts me in range of getting my berry juice. The crit actually hurt him and helped me, because if he didn't get a crit, I wouldn't get my berry juice, and then he could kill me with Rock Slide. But that's not what happened. So I'm gonna knock off his berry juice, and then he gets a crit on the he gets a crit with the Rock Slide, which doesn't, or a flinch, which doesn't matter. So I'm gonna pursue him so that if he kills my Stunky, I won't kill him with Aftermath. So I'm gonna go into Cottony, live the acrobatics, then Memento to block his default. He kills me, the Aftermath brings him to 1 HP. So now I can belly drum with Zigzagoon and then just go ham on his team. He is gonna fake out with the Fu, so he effectively has to sacrifice his whole team to Ziggy in order to kill me. I'm not man enough to ever use Thief instead of Extreme Speed. But if I would have thieved his Chinchu, if he had berry juice, I would have went back to full, and then I just would have swept his team. So he's gonna kill me now, so it's all on Timmy. So even if he high jump kicks, I can bulk up, live the high jump kick, and then Drain Punch would bring me back to full. And it doesn't matter because Tim ends up winning, and that was in front of a bunch of people, and that's how it's done, is the point. I'm just playing. So I ended up winning that game, and I implemented myself as being worthy of having topped the ladder thrice with this team. So the whole thing is, it's about belly drumming with Zig and then winning. But most of your games, Zig never comes in. So you have to end up playing a lot of games 5v6 being in the back. So Meowth is one Pokemon that always beats Zigzagoon. I'm gonna keep pursuing here because Sucker Punch is way too obvious, and all this Meowth needs is to have 2 hits left in him, which he did, and I'm not gonna let him keep that alive ever. So the Diggy comes in, and then it just dies for giving me rocks, and then the Vullaby comes in and it dies for no reason. Then the Fool comes in and it loses its Eviolite. U-turns and gives me initiative, so that's different. Then he's gonna sack his pawn, which is weird. Brings the Drapion in and puts himself in a checkmate position. If he poison jabs like what he did, I bring this in and kill his last 2. If he knocks off, I encore him and then Dazzling Gleam until I win. So either way, I just win, basically, is the point. So Gath comes in, psychics that, and then psychics this. And that's a good game. Like I said, Zig didn't even get to come in. Sometimes it just be like that, yo. So this game is versus Sun, so it's very extremely aggressively hyper offensive. And this guy Pika, he's actually cool. I like that guy. So I see he's slower than me. Mienfu should either always be faster or be slower. It should never be a speed tie. So he's slow, bulky food, which is good information. I get my rocks, he U-turns, gives me initiative. So I don't know what this Vulpix is yet. He outspeeds my god, so it's confirmed he is scarfed. Okay. I don't want to crit him and kill him with Sucker Punch. I know I can live one Fire Blast. And he's gonna use his last turn of Sun. So I can probably set up here for free. He can't switch. He can if he's brave, but I don't think he is that brave. And if he crit me, my setup doesn't happen anyway. So I get to kill his Vulpix. That's the point. I don't want him setting up Sun. He didn't go to Slow Food because there's a role where I can kill him anyway. He gets the role, that's cool. Connie's gonna eliminate that, and then Memento, the Houndour, which gives me a free bulk up, and then that lets me win the game. And then he burns me, which just makes it so much worse for him. And then I just Mach Punch twice, and that's game. So good game, Pika, I appreciate it. So this is, I was talking about mind games. Mind games are integral to this team's success. Integral. Correct me on which is the proper pronunciation. So this is also Slow Food with Fake Out. I get the roll, but he gets the miss, which is kind of annoying. And I only need the spike. I don't need rocks. And I would much rather have that Mienfu lose his Eviolite. So now it's confirmed Scarf Magneton. So this is the mind game. If he clicks Flash Cannon, I get outsped and he kills me. I HP fighting to kill his switch into pawn. So if the Fungus clicks poison move, I lose Cottonee. But if he spores and I switch, something goes to sleep. So this is also a mind game. So I'm gonna stay in. He spores. I'm grass type, so I can click Encore and make him spore again. So now it's another mind game. Is he gonna stay in on my Encore, or is he gonna switch? Is the point. So I'm not gonna Encore, but I am gonna stay in. Catch the fletchling. I can live 1 acrobatics. He will kill himself or die against my Stunky, which is cool. Then Sucker Punch always does 40% to the dig to himself, which is why I love this team. I don't want to take a knockoff because that makes Ziggy useless. And then right there, the obvious switch into the Foon was obvious, so I'm gonna switch this in. He can't go anywhere now. So now it's another mind game. Am I gonna Psychic and he lives and I keep my Scarf, or am I gonna trick it on him because I want to trick him, have him spore, and then set up with Zig? That's what I want to do. Those games seem to be for beginners only. So he clear smogs. So now I can't ever set up with the Zigzagoon. So this guy, I'm playing mind games, he's playing mind games. We're not playing Pokemon anymore. We're playing advanced rock, paper, scissors right now. So I'm gonna T-Bolt for a little bit of damage. Give me my Scarf back, it's kinda cold out here. Take it back, and then I'm gonna kill him. That's what the T-Bolt was for. So I'm gonna go back into Tim. So that was a mind game too, cause it's like, yo, why did he let you just Mach Punch and kill him? Well, if he switches, Magneton dies. If I Drain Punch, his Mienfoo can't win one-on-one against this, and I can always Mach Punch pawn later. So he stayed in, predicting me to over-predict, because we're still playing mind games. None of us have been focused on the turn at hand so far this entire game. So now I'm gonna sack this to get a free switch into Goth, and since I knocked off his Eviolite, he can never live a Psychic. And I know it's Scarf Mag, but I guess oh yeah, I'm faster than Scarf Mag because I'm running Timid and not Modest on Goth, and then Timmy comes in, Mach Punches for the win. So that was 28 turns, which is kinda long for a Little Cup game, by the way. But mind games is the point of that. And then when you see a Zigzagoon, you have to prioritize correctly. So the only priority that he should have is always keeping pawn alive at full though. Pawniard has to be at full always to check the Zigzagoon, and that's the only thing that he needs to prioritize always. So he's fast taunt Mianfu, which is good to know. So he can't ever live +6 extreme speed now. So I was just talking about prioritizing keeping pawn at full. He just took 75 to get up rocks. Now he knows that he's slower than me, so he can't even stay in at all, or it just dies. Then he switches that in, which is, I don't understand. So he took damage on that also. So he thiefs predicting me to. So what that play was about was if I stayed in with my Kani and then dazzling gleamed them again, he wouldn't die. He'd get his berry juice, go back to full, and then steal my Eviolite, so he'd have a 100% snubble with an Eviolite. So that was actually a good play on his part, in case you thought that was random and wild. So I encore him in a play rough, he gets the crit and kills me. So as long as he doesn't crit me twice in a row, and he doesn't, so we should be golden. Magnemite always dies after a spike, always. Same thing with Mianfu, since he has taunt, he's not running fake out. Dig just always dies, Shouter always dies, and Pawn being at 25% never dies. And then what he said, I forgot to keep Pawn healthy. Yes you did. I'm sorry. Prioritize wrong. It's funny too, cause he LOL'd, cause that was definitely a brain fart. It's all gravy though. So this guy, this nigga here, just doesn't like me at all. Now, it doesn't really have anything to do with me personally. My personality is like a Brillo pad. It's very it's very abrasive, but you know, Brillo pads get the stains out as well, so there's a method to my madness. But if you don't have thick skin, you're probably not gonna like me. I don't really talk shit, that's not the thing, but I will never miss an opportunity to remind you of just how bad you might be at a certain thing. And Pokemon is one of the only things in my life that you cannot say that I'm not good at, or that it's the one thing I don't feel, I'm not cocky, but I'm nowhere near close to modest. That's the thing. I'm so confident, and I know how good I am, that's just how it is. I probably shouldn't carry it like that, but I do because I can. And this guy doesn't like me for it. So, games like this I love more than anything, because it gives me a chance to pop a squat and poop on a hater and show him just how much better I am than he is. So turn 1, I've started to let him know what it is. So he taunts me to stop me from getting hazards, but I'm just gonna knock him off. So he basically wasted a turn. Then I'm also gonna show him how much better I am than him. So I switched the Gotham into the Stealth Rocks. So I'm gonna kill him with Energy Ball. So, and he can't switch. So he lost his Onyx to get up rocks and do no damage. So that's cool. I don't understand. So, because he nasty plotted, instead of hitting this on the switch, I'm gonna set up rocks. Then he nasty plots again and gives me spikes. So, further implementing the fact that there's no universe that you're better than me, but all that shit you talk about me is not only unwarranted, it's incorrect. So he got to +6, which is amazing, but now Goth comes in and just kills him. And once again he can't switch, so he just has to die. Amazing. So he lost 2 Pokemon for a grand total of half on the only Pokemon that never takes hits ever, and Stealth Rocks. And he gave me spikes and rocks, and I lost the only thing that I want to throw away. So that's cool. Thank you. So he Aqua Jets into my Cottonee. I don't understand why. Then he stays in. I didn't encore him because there's no universe where you let me do that, but he does. Okay. Then he switches into Ghastly, which is cool because if you read my Rate My Team, Ghastly is the one mon that always just beats Tim or Zig, always. Free 99. But what beats this? Free 99. Stunky. So he only exists to switch in and kill that. Always. That's its only purpose. So Berry Juice, Chinchou, HP grounds me So he has to come back into rocks and spikes and then show me what it is that he has to go into. So I got to Dazzling Gleam and kill that. He brings this in, so I'm just gonna memento so you can't do anything. Now he has to burn me or he loses the game. He doesn't burn me, he does lose the game, and my point has been proven. I'm sorry, boss. Sometimes my better's better than your best. Just kidding, you're trash, yo. But it's okay. Don't kick a man when he's down. But you can kick a nigga for talking shit all day long. All day, every day. So the whole thing is, all we've seen Goth do is come in and kill things. But Goth can do so much more than that. So I thought it was Scarf Pawn, but it's not. So he gets rocks, and then he wins the second speed tie, which is cool, I guess. I'm only gonna pursue them because I would much rather get almost no damage off than hitting anything on the switch. So he switched fair into the Giga Drain, and then he didn't know that I have HP fighting, which is only 4 pawns to just kill them, so he gets killed. And then he gets encored into T-Wave. So he's gonna Ice Beam, I'm gonna Memento. So I could Energy Ball and just kill this, or I can trick, give him my Scarf because it's not cold anymore, and he's Shell Smashed. He can't switch, so all he can do is watch Ziggy set up for free 99 unimpeded. Destruction will ensue. Since I got the spike, Tim never lives ever, so that's gonna go down. I guess he's trying to intimidate Stormy. So Ammonite's gonna go down. He's intimidated me again, so I'm only at +4, but +4 is good enough. So the only way this Snivy can live,
Luxray Beat,
if it lives, it cannot kill me. He ends up living with 1 HP, so he doesn't kill me, so it's fine. And then Goth never lives ever, so that's gonna go down as well. So welcome to the baby fighting ring, yo.
Luxray Beat.
It was fun playing with you, I guess. So now this dude, I don't even know who he is. Like, he's a cool guy, I guess. He stole Jax's team, so I had to let him know how you're supposed to, if you're gonna steal somebody's team, at least use it correctly. So he takes half on the Volibee for no reason. I'm gonna Memento. He's got Sub and Sludge Bomb, so I'm not gonna let him Sludge Bomb Cottony for no reason. I'm gonna bulk up so I can live the Giga Drain and kill his Vullaby. Then he T-waved. I don't know why you would ever do that, because all you're doing is letting me get to full. So I have a +2, +1 Timber just going in. So he's gonna knock off, and that's unfortunate because I got paralyzed, but it's cool because I'm pretty much back to full again. And then I just Mach Punch twice and then finished that game up. So Jax is my guy, and he's the reason I wrote the RMT, Ray my team, by the way. So I have to destroy people trying to, well, not even trying. When you use somebody's team bad, it makes me sad face, and I have to set them straight on. If you're gonna use it correctly. And then, so we've seen this team focus on individual parts of the team, like Timber winning, Stunky trapping Ghastly, Dwebble trying to get up hazards and knocking stuff off, Zig just being the win condition. But this team is greater than the sum of their parts, and that's what this game is going to illustrate. So turn 1 taunt and knock off. Okay, so that was just to break his 30. So once again, he sets up rocks, so I just eliminate his Onyx. That's cool. So the Timber wants to give Trubbish a free switch. I'm gonna use the Trubbish to get another free switch into my Goth. If he sets up a spike, I just eliminate the trash. So I just took out the trash real quick. So he's had enough. He's gonna pursue me. Only Scarf Pawns run pursuit. So in my mind, I think that he's Scarfed. So I'm going to play accordingly to my assumption. So Pumpkaboo comes in. That's cool. +1 knockoff isn't enough to kill it because Pumpkaboo is fat. That's the thing. So it does have to Timmy. Now, I talked about how Stunky's only job in life was to pursue the Ghastly. Its secondary job, when it wants to get that overtime, is to eliminate Sashbra's Sash. Now, Sashbra life insurance is the best insurance that you can have in this tier. So I can switch and take 2 hits, always get the pursuit off, always, and now Ziggy can always win because it's not sashed anymore. He's gonna stay in, which is cool. I'm gonna Sucker Punch because I can't switch into hazards a second time. I know he's scarfed. I'm always gonna Mach Punch there. Now, I sacked the Dwebble in case he wanted to double into his pawn, or if he stays in, I get to go into my Cottony, which I proceed to do. So he shows me scarfed. Now, I could have gone into Timmy and clicked Mach Punch and won the game, but I have to show him I'm in charge because I checkmated him twice. So if he doesn't flinch me, I win the game. He doesn't flinch me, I could click E-Speed, but I'm an asshole and I want to make it dramatic, so I'm gonna get the 1-0 instead of the 2-0. But the whole point was Dwebble got the spikes up and it knocked off something. And it knocked off the Onyx. Goth eliminated the Trubbish and the Onyx. Cottony pretty much beat his Timber 1-on-1 and then confirmed that the pawn was scarfed, and Stunky eliminated the Hashbrowns sash. So everything on this team actually pulled its weight for once. So it functions as a unit. Well, it can, and that's what it's supposed to do. So this guy has a Zig, so I need to show him how it's done, and that mine is better, and that my team is better. So he gives me hazards, which is actually not good for him at all. Seeing how much that Dazzling Gleam does, it's way too much, so it's not Idealite Pawn, so it has to be either Scarfed or Life Orb. I don't see Orb, so I know he's Scarfed. I'm Mach Punch in case he wants to be brave and stay in, I guess. So he mementos to try to set up with Zig super early. I don't understand what that is. And I didn't switch into Goth because I want to keep my scarf. And I still have Giga Drain at this time, so I can kill his Shouter on the double, which is cool. I get to switch into Stunky because there's no Ghastly and there's no Abra, so it doesn't have to do any of that. Its only job is to take hits at this point. So he's got another memento user, but I'm gonna take this opportunity to let him know this is how you're supposed to use Zigzagoon, by the way. So I'm gonna relieve him of his berry juice just because I'm thirsty. And the point of that game was, if you're gonna use Zig, don't offend me and use it wrong, please. That hurts my heart. So, Zig was thirsty last game, and he hasn't quenched it yet, so I'm gonna take it upon myself to try to get him something to drink. So fast taunt Mienfu is a thing, but if he wants to give me a free turns and knockoff, I'll take it. That's all gravy. So this can always take a hit, and he's berry juice mag, which is cool. So I don't understand why he's speed tying with Rebels. Mienfu should either always be faster or always be slower. So he's in the 16 speed tier, which is just weird, cause that speed tier doesn't, it's just bad. So I'm gonna eliminate him because I knocked off his Eviolite, and then I didn't sucker punch because there is no universe where you will let me sucker punch your dig, but he apparently doesn't live in the same universe that I inhabit, apparently. So that was a thing. So I'm gonna Memento because Ponyta is the only thing that he can switch into, but because he's speed tying with my Zigzagoon or my Dwebble, I don't believe that he actually knows what he's doing. So he doesn't get the burn with the Ponyta. He's gonna try to endure. You don't need that. So thanks for the juice. Yo, PK, please allow me to quench my thirst. So I'm gonna kill that. He's trying to intimidate, shuffle me. So here, I'm not gonna kill him. I'm gonna thief so he stays alive. Takes me down on my berry juice and lets me drink it because I said Zig was thirsty. So now I'm gonna steal his berry juice. He's gonna take me down, and then I'm gonna drink his in front of him. Now I can extreme speed him. So my thirst, Ziggy's thirst, is slowly but surely getting quenched, and then I'm gonna steal his berry juice. Then he's gonna take me the berry juice, let me drink it, and then I kill him. By the way, Drifloon was apparently the best Zig check in the game for a while, but you know, I also had to prove that you can play around it most of the time. but that's only when Floon is last one Floon, and it just can't ever win ever, which is unfortunate. And I think that I was talking about, if you're gonna take somebody's team, please don't use it badly. This was like the day after I posted to rate my team, so I forgot that I put the team on a paste bin so anybody could use it, but I thought this guy was plagiarizing at first, so I was offended. My bad. So the point is, if I lose to my own shit, I'm doing something wrong. So there was no reason that I knocked off, except I just did. And then I don't know why he let me keep Dwebble as fodder, but I got rocks, I got spikes, I knocked off. I don't need it for anything except when I want something to die. So he bulks up. I'm never gonna encore, except I do encore because I'm stupid. He's, I guess, running slow stunk, or I just won 2 speed ties. Now, I should have taunted again, but I didn't. So, it doesn't matter because I can taunt him now. Cottony is kind of fat, but I always outspeed this thing, so he just lost his Dwebble for no reason. So here, like Boss Man, that's my team. Let me show you how to use it. So I switched the Gotham to the Memento. So y'all already knows how this is. When something Memento, Ziggy just wins, right? That's usually how it goes, except I'm gonna give you the scarf because you seem kinda cold. And then he belly drum, so all you can do is belly drum. And now you have to switch, so you gave me the freest of free belly drums. So now I'm just gonna run through your last 4. And the point is, and he gets the crit. The point is, you are using the team wrong. Let me show you how to use it. Oops, my bad. You just got 6-0. So this was the team. Well, not was a team. These are all the games on the RMT, by the way. Just saying, this team is pretty much, this is the only thing I ever put on Smogan. It's the only time I've felt the need to contribute to this community of awesomeness. So shout outs Maryanna for helping me write, helping me proofread this thing when I wrote it. Shout outs to you for keeping me inspired to take place in the underground baby fighting ring. Cause that made me happy. By the way, this is what happens when I was using this team. I'm the only nigga that was in the 1700s when I peaked. I also have the lowest GXE in the top 10 and the lowest Glico in the top 10. So if you know what that means, and I'm number 1, and Sken is on here, Enigma is on here, Jax is on here, Infinity and Can, those are all godlike Little Cup players. So apparently I was doing something right, but welcome home, Maryanna, and I hope you guys get settled in nice and comfortably.
Does it matter to you at all that the owners have placed their complete confidence and trust in me, and that I have signed a letter of agreement, a contract, in which I have accepted that responsibility? Do you have the slightest idea what a moral and ethical principle is? Do you? Has it ever occurred to you what would happen to my future if I were to fail to live up to my responsibilities? Has it ever occurred to you? Has it?
Yeah, boss dog. Know we in the game heavy.